Hello everyone and welcome to Matwork session 3. Hope you're all well. Let's get started. So for our first exercise we're going to be doing our cat and our camel. So this exercise is really good for your spinal mobility. So we're going to start out with our hands beneath our shoulders. We want to have our knees below our hips and we want them to be about shoulder width apart and hip width apart down our legs. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with our camel. So for our camel, we're going to arch our back, creating that hump, and our head is going to be looking through the gap between our legs. And then we're going to transition into our cat. So again, looking straight ahead, and then back. So we've just got a nice gentle transition between each position. Just making sure we're breathing, no particular sequence to it at any particular point. Just getting some nice mobilisation work at the spine. We're just going to do a few more repetitions of this before we move on to our first exercise. And now we're going to come into a neutral position, head in line with our spine, back relatively flat. And we're going to move on to our first exercise. So, while in our neutral position with our head in line with our spine and our back flat, we're going to make sure we're going to move on to our Superman. So we're going to take our opposite one hand and our opposite leg, we're going to lift them both up off the mat, reaching out, hold it, then back in, then out, and in. Now again, as we do this, we need to make sure we keep our hips as level as possible, keeping our elbows locked. And our hands and our knees are returning to the starting position they started in. So just a few more repetitions. Final one on each side now. Completing our Superman, what we're going to do is we're going to walk our hands forward one step. I want to come down into our shell stretch. I want to hold it in this position, making sure we're getting our hands as far out as they'll go. And we're just going to hold it. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come from our shell stretch, we're going to move our head block out the way, and we're going to come and lie down on our front for our next exercise. So for our next exercise, we're going to move on to our breaststroke prep. So for our breaststroke prep, we want to have our arms resting by our sides, we're going to have our heads resting on the mats. Now for your breaststroke prep level 1, just a really easy basic one, you're going to take a nice big deep breath in, and you're just going to squeeze those shoulder blades together while you're lifting your hands up into the air, hold it, then back down. So lift up, hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. And up, hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. So we're just going to do a couple more repetitions of this before we move on to the harder exercise. And the last one, up, 3, 2, 1, and down. So again, quite straightforward exercise. So for the next level, what we're going to do is we're going to move into our level 2. Now this is the same as before, but for this, what we do is we lift up our upper spine into the air, and we go 3, 2, 1, and down. And lift and hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. And lift and hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. So we're just going to carry on doing repetitions of this before we move on to our next exercise. For our next level, we're going to place our hands underneath our forehead. Again, we're going to make sure our bodies are nice and straight. Our feet and our knees are continuing to rest on the mat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice big deep breath in, breathe out, and lift. And again, after the 3-second hold, we lower down. I'm just going to carry on doing further repetitions of this. Now we're going to move from our breaststroke prep onto our breaststroke. So we need to have our hands resting by our sides, head just resting on the mat, and then we're going to move on to our full breaststroke. So similar to our breaststroke prep, we lift up, but for our breaststroke we go 1 and then relax. So we're no longer just preparing for that breaststroke, we're actually integrating it into our exercise. Now if we want to make this exercise harder, we can add additional breaststroke movements onto just the one that we're already doing. So I'm going to build it up to 3. And then we're going to do our final one. We'll just have a nice big lift. 1, 2, 3, and relax. So, after completing our breaststroke exercises, we're now going to turn around and have a lie on our back. Now again, we want to be in our normal basic starting Pilates position. We want to have our feet about shoulder width apart and also our knees. So we need to have at least a fist width gap between our knees. If it is a bit wider, that's absolutely fine. Having our head resting on our head block, hands just resting comfortably by our side or on our stomach. And we're going to do some nice gentle breathing exercises. So while we do this, we want to make sure our back is relatively flat. We're going to pull our belly button in towards our spine. And we're going to take some nice big deep breaths in through the nose, and exhaling out through the mouth. So every time we breathe out, it's going to get a second longer. So breathing into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. We're now going to move on to our hip twists. So, after completing our breathing exercises, we're now going to move on to our hip twist. So for our hip twist level 1, we want to start off with our hips nice and level, knees and hips shoulder width apart. Now on our hips, we want to imagine we've got a drinks tray with a glass of water resting firmly in the middle of that drinks tray. And that glass of water is filled all the way to the top. So when we move our legs for this exercise, we're going to make sure that that drinks tray doesn't topple over, and thus our glass of water stays nice and filled all the way through our exercise. So we're going to start off with our hip twist level 1. So we're going to let our knee and hip float out to the side and bring it back in. Now all the way through this exercise, we're making sure that we're keeping our core gently engaged. And again, we're not going too rapidly, just nice and controlled. So after a few more repetitions, we're now going to move on to our level 2. So for our level 2, we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop. Our knee should be above our hip. And again, we're still keeping that drinks tray nice and flat and nice and level so our glass of water doesn't topple over. So nice big deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we let our hip float out to the side and then bring it back in. So as we do this exercise, it's really important that we don't let our hip drop. We maintain nice, steady control all the way throughout. Again, really important we keep that 90-degree angle at our knee and at our hips. So we're now going to switch over to the other leg for our level 2 hip twist. So again, same starting position before, knee over our hip, and again, letting our hip float out, bring it back in, taking care not to let this hip float up off the mat. And we're going to keep those repetitions going. And again, through all these exercises, we're making sure we keep our breathing nice and level. So breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. So just a few more repetitions. Before we then move on to our level 3. And then we're just going to bring that leg down to a rest. So for our level 3, we have one leg up in the air in tabletop to begin with, and then we bring the other leg up into tabletop. So again, we're engaging our core more deeply, and we're going to float one leg out to the side, bring it back in, and then this time we switch over to the opposite leg, then bring it back in. Now again, really important that we allow ourselves to continue breathing in through the nose, then out through the mouth. Again, try not to hold your breath for this exercise. So I'm going to do 5 more repetitions on each side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then at the end of the exercise, take care not to lower down both legs at the same time. Lower the right leg down, then the left leg, and come for a short rest. So, for our next exercise, we're going to do our hundreds, but with a slight modification. So for this one, we're going to use some small weights. Now, I'm going to be using 2 cans of Heinz baked beans, but anything similar from your cupboard will do just fine. So, we're going to start off, again, back nice and flat. Hands, small weights just present there. And what we're going to do is just moving them up and down, nice and gently. So breathing in 3 nose and out 3 mouth. So breathing into the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to move up into our level 2. So again, knee above our hip, foot hidden behind our knee. So approximately a 90-degree angle at both our hip and our knee. So we're just going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lower down, and then bring the other leg up into the air, and we're going. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, all the way throughout, those hands are continuing to move up and down, nice and gently. So our hands are going to be our hands and our shoulders are going to be starting to feel a bit heavy now because of those little weights that we have at the end. So we're now going to move on to our level 3. So for our level 3, one leg up, core gently engaged, engage that core more strongly, both legs up. So we're now at our hundreds level 3. So again, keeping going. Nice big deep breaths in and nice big deep breaths out. So we're going to breathe into the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the big one for our last one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if we're feeling happy to do so, we can add our final level 4 onto it. So again, nice big deep breath in, and we're going to come up just like so. So again, we're really going to feel the work in our abdominal area now, and we're just keeping it going. So nice big deep breath in, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just keep that going. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lower down, keep that going. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise up. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then final one now, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lift up and hold. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come to lie down on the mat, back flat, lower down one leg, then the other, and bring those hands and tins for a rest. So for our next exercise, we're going to be doing our double leg stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, and just our hands to begin with. We want to make sure our back stays flat to begin with. We're going to take our hands as far back as they'll go, while keeping your ribs tucked in and making sure your back stays flat, and bring them back in. So nice big deep breath in, breathing out, and hold, then back in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, on the next repetition, we're going to combine this with a leg extension. So at the same time as extending out our arms and shoulders, we're going to extend out one leg, making sure it's just hovering a couple of inches above the mat, and back in. And then out and hold, 3, 2, 1, and back in. So again, taking care to make sure your ribs aren't protruding out. I'm just holding 3, 2, 1, and in. 3, 2, 1, and in. Now to make this exercise a bit harder, as we extend out, instead of just holding it for 3, I'm going to draw 3 small circles and then bring it in. And in. So again, while we're drawing those circles, again, we're still making sure we take care to keep our back lovely and flat, and our ribs just tucked in as best as we can. Now again, it doesn't matter if these circles aren't perfect, mine aren't, because they naturally lack a little bit of coordination. So we're just going to do 2 more on each side. So 3, 2, 1, and in. 3, 2, 1, and in, and out, and hold 3, 2, 1, and in, and final one, and 3, 2, 1, and in. So now we're going to move on to our one leg stretch. So we're going to bypass our one leg stretch level 1, as a one leg stretch level 1 looks something like this. So we allow our leg to slide out and then bring it back in. And I think we can all agree that's just a little bit too easy. So we're going to start out with our leg in tabletop, knee above our hips, back flat, and again we take a nice big deep breath in And as we breathe out, we extend our leg, keeping our back flat with that small gap and bringing it back in. So we're just going to do a few repetitions of these before we move up into our harder level. Our final one, before we bring that leg down, bringing our other leg up into the air, tabletop position, same as before, extending out. And again, nice, fluid, smooth control. Now we lower down. So we're going to move on to our level 3. So one leg up, the leg up, and then leg moves out and back in. Another leg moves out, then back in. Taking care to make sure we continue switching between sides, making sure our back stays lovely and flat. Now you're going to feel that work building up in the abdominal area as you start to get a bit of fatigue coming into your muscles. We're just going to do a final repetitions, one more on each side, before we have a brief rest. So again, taking some nice big deep breaths in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. So just going to breathe into the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, before we have a go at our level 4. So for our level 4, again, both legs up in tabletop, so we extend one leg out, and as we bring that leg back in, we extend the other leg out. Again, make sure you're keeping your back lovely and flat, and make sure you're continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then bring both legs back into stool tabletop, lower down one leg and then the other, and relax. So for our final exercise, we're going to be in a sitting position. If you have a head block at hand, we want it to be sat on it. You want your block to be lengthways on the mat. So we're going to have our hands out in front of us. Now I said this is an iteration of the roll back, but it's not going to rely so much on our strength, it's going to rely a little bit more on our balance. So for this, we're going to roll back and hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. And again, you don't have to do this on a head block. You can just do it on the mat or on the floor and then down. And it's surprisingly more difficult than it looks. 3, 2, 1 and down. So we're going to make it a second longer each time. I'm going to hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And lift and hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And lift and hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And lift and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And lift and hold. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. And lift and hold. 10, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then relax. Starting our third Matwork Pilates class. Really hope you've enjoyed it and we look forward to seeing you in our next virtual class.